Hello, Grand Rising. Listen, y'all, I'm not even washed thoroughly. It's early Saturday. I was just pondering a thing again, as usual. And it's really relative to like standing in your power, standing in your truth kind of thing, that vibration of, not letting anyone pretty much usurp your authority and your position of being, right? As an ascending being, as one who is engaging in the task of mastery in this life, right? Some things I don't believe I'll master all things, although some say otherwise. But I don't feel like a master, but I'm doing this thing. And as we are doing this thing, we're addressing the things, right? And so here's the thing, like, people on this planet, you engage with people and they will want you to second guess yourself and second guess your truth, second guess your knowledge, your awareness of your way of being. Like, what I'm trying to say is we do things. I know I have a way of being, a way of doing things, and experience is your greatest teacher, right? And if we're living our individual lives, working out our own salvation, we pay attention to how we do that and the lessons we learn and the experiences, what they yield to us for future choices, right? But not even that deep, right? Every day, someone is going to challenge you to not believe in your truth, second guess yourself, second guess your overstanding or your understanding of a matter here on this earth. This is a phenomena that has been long ingrained in the chosen one's journey, because if the energy, if the forces can make you be diminished in your overstanding, be diminished in your confidence, be diminished in your faith in yourself, then you are rendered somewhat powerless. Diminish, right? Until you're flatline. They will try you, and they're not intentional. I want us to remove the personalization of these things. It's not intentional. They don't know what they do. And sometimes we don't know what we're doing at times. We're figuring it out. But on this thing, something very significant in my processing and in some personal professional endeavorings that I'm doing, there was a discrepancy of whether, I needed to hold a particular license in one state versus the other, and what was the course of action, the first step to take. Do you get it here or do you get it there? Residency or non-residency? So naturally, I'm a freaking wizard. I'm not asleep. So I had already kind of contemplated, like, am I getting it in my residency state or am I getting it in the state that I anticipate working in? Logic says, get it in the state that you anticipate working in. That's what logic told me before I picked up the phone and called anybody. And so I said, well, let me double check. Do your due diligence. Read the information. Oh, that sounds like you get it in the state in which you intend to work. Not mandatory. Get it first in your resident state and then get it in your state that you wish to work in. That's not the requirement. Although that's the way people have been doing things forever. Maybe that was a requirement. Maybe that was the way they did business before, technology. But certainly it's not the case in 2022. So I'm engaging with someone who is, taking on a leadership role, so to speak, in my journey. And this person, 30 years plus in the business, bona fide. And they had a different opinion about that process. And I, very intentionally, consciously, should I say, I knew what I knew, but he knew what he knew. And he was going to get his wife to verify it. Yeah. And so I said, okay, well, you find that out, and I'll proceed and I'll investigate. I'll do my double check, but I swear I checked that. But in any event, I'll continue on with what you're suggesting. I learned grace and poise, because listen, I know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to hold back. I'm going to let you do it. And that's what we do, right? When you're matriculating in poise and grace, right? You got to be able to, okay, I'll let you. And I can do that, but it's a choice. So get off the phone and get a return call almost immediately, like 3 minutes later. And I didn't really pay much attention until later. And, the missus did confirm very gracefully that, in fact, I was correct in the process not being so convoluted with this and that, right? And I graciously received her, accolades of being correct and apologies for being incorrect. And that was it. But how many times do we do that on a daily basis, on a regular basis? We let people usurp our authority, or we let people undermine our intelligence, or allow people, because they seem like they have it, they have it all together. No matter what they seem like, if you know what you know, you better stand on it. Because it'll cost you everything if you don't. Oh my gosh. I was going to do my due diligence again and again and double check and bring the verification, because at the end of the day, I was going to get licensing in both states regardless. But I'm not going to make my process unnecessarily, cumbersome, because someone else has an opinion and it's wrong, right? So like every opportunity that this world will get, they will try to make you second guess your belief systems, second guess your truth, right? Diminish your authority because you got to get in. And sometimes we do have to, maybe dim the light a little bit, because it can be bright. I don't know. I don't dim my light much, but I just don't shine so bright, so loud. I don't like the thought of diminishing any part of myself, but humility, right? Humility. And, taking on that position, that energy, understanding that if you are above and another is beneath, and understanding and consciousness, being gentle. I'm coming back to being gentle again. And, but I'm not going to let it slide, baby. We don't let it slide. We're not letting the diminishing and the picking away. You're not going to pick away at my authority, at my position that I've come so far to obtain and sit and rest. No, you're not going to pick away at my truth, at my understanding of who I really am. No, we're not going to do that. Don't allow it, babies. That's all I'm saying. Don't allow it. Be watchful. It's happening. It's not your imagination. Don't get restless. Don't get, temperamental and agitated. Sit back and say, this is a part of the process. This is a part of the testing, because we're going to be in magnificent places with magnificent people, and we have to be, poised and grace. I know we've come out of a great deal of battle and trials and such, and like Jacob, I'm wrestling to get mine, but be a little reserved. It's okay, because the Spirit has got our back. You don't have to fight so hard. You don't have to fight at all. That's a key word. You don't have to fight at all. I'm not fighting with anything. I'm just receiving. Blessed be. Namaste. It's a great Saturday morning. Great deal of overcast. Love it. Be blessed. Namaste. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and come back again.